Seriously, y'all, this is amazing. Make this. Bye.
Hi, I'm Holly. Welcome back into my kitchen. So I'm going to teach you how to make something today that is deeply nourishing, deeply healing to your brain, deeply healing to your hormones, and very nourishing. You can give this to a child, you can give this to an elderly person, you can give it to anybody of any age. Very healthy. We're kind of doing it as a snack. You don't have to do a snack when you're doing carnivore, and obviously we're talking a lot about carnivore. But this is kind of like a little tide over, like if you kind of get that afternoon, like I'm kind of hungry, but we're not eating supper until 6. So there we go. So this is a fantastic thing. You can do this first thing in the morning also. So it's called a fatty latte. We do it different than some of those other videos out there. There are strict carnivore ones. I'm not going to do that one, but I can tell you how to do that one. We're past our 6-week window where we were doing everything strict. We are finding this to be phenomenal, tasty, enjoyable, 0 triggers for inflammation. So I'm going to start with the first one. The first one is going to be a hot chocolate fatty latte. You're going to love it. Okay, so we're starting with a cup of boiling water. You can do just a little bit more, and we're actually making this in a larger mug, so I'm kind of doing a generous cup. So it is boiling. It just came out of my hot kettle. This is clean water that we pull out of a Berkey. Of course, I spilled a few drops, no big deal. All right, so it's in my blender for a reason. We're going to do a very low blend on it, but we're going to add some fat. That's why it's a fatty latte. We're also going to add some collagen. That adds some protein, so that kind of makes it more of a well-rounded, beginning thing to eat or afternoon snack, whatever you're feeling. So I'm going to do a serving, which is 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put it on low. I turned it off quick. That's the key. Unless you like foam, I don't really like a lot of foam, but if you want foam, then keep it on high. Or you could use one of those immersion blenders. You can use one of those foam makers. All of those things work. This is a grass-fed collagen peptides. So those are really great for your joints. Just great to get your protein up. Yeah, so those are great. Okay, so I've already mixed that in. As you can see, it's just clear. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, because we're making this a hot chocolate fatty latte, my kids love these. Okay, so we're going to put in 2 or 3 scoops of plain organic hot chocolate. Not hot chocolate, but cocoa. Just plain organic. I did 2. Let me do 3 because I know how my kids are. They love it really chocolatey. There's oxalics in this. It has been no trigger for us. Bless the Lord. So this is not a month 1 carnivore, first month and a half. This is when you start gradually reintroducing things to see if it's a trigger for you. Don't flip out. It's been great. I actually don't do this. I don't do coffee. I do mine with hot tea. That's going to be the second one I'm going to show you how to make. Okay, so I'm not going to blend that yet. The next thing I'm going to add is kind of going to flip you out. I'm going to add an egg yolk. Actually, from my backyard, these are my favorite colored ones. This is a cream leg bar. Isn't that pretty? We're going to add an egg yolk. We're not adding the white. The white I'm going to save for another recipe. And this usually goes really great. And I'm getting all the white out. And all I've got left now is the egg yolk. And I'm putting that in. And I'm going to put it on low. Now how I'm going to finish this, kid you not, we're done. I'm going to pour this in. Isn't that beautiful? Now this is where the fat bomb part comes in. I'm going to add heavy cream, 2 or 3 ounces. Isn't that pretty? A few drops of monk fruit. You can omit this. I know who's going to drink this. That's why I put in 10 drops. And then we're going to put in a pat of butter. But first, this is grass-fed butter. We're going to swirl it in, and we're going to throw the butter in. And that is going to melt, and that is going to be the most decadent, delicious cup of hot chocolate you have ever drank in your life. I might take a sip. What do you think? Dreamy. Okay, fat bomb number 1. I called it a fat bomb. Did I call it a fat bomb? Fatty latte, baby. Now, you could do exactly the same thing I did right here, but you could do it with coffee. And then it would be a coffee fatty latte. I'm off of coffee. I'm off of hot chocolate. I don't need anything that's going to trigger inflammatory in my body. It's not triggering anything in Mary or Rachel's. Okay, so now this is a quicker one, and it's not quite as much fat, but still really great. Okay, so this one's going to be without an egg for those who can't do eggs, or if you're trying to do it without a blender. Okay, so what I do is I brew, this is my favorite. It's a jasmine green tea. So good. Now I do it double strong because collagen has a little bit of a flavor. So if you just do one tea bag, I personally notice it. But I like the collagen in there. My joints like the collagen in there. So there we go. So here we go. So jasmine green tea, it is so dreamy. I'll put a link for all the stuff that we're using down below. Okay, so what we're going to do is I go ahead and put my collagen in. Now, for tea people that are purist, they don't do this. But this is a collagen fatty latte. So this is what we're doing because I like it this way. And it tastes great. You're going to love it. Okay, water's already hot. Pull my tea bags up just a bit, and I fill it up about 3/4 full. And then I'm going to let that brew for a bit before I add my cream and butter. But I'm going to go ahead and stir in my collagen. And it blends super easy. It turns super clear, as you can see. And the green tea doesn't really change the color much because that's just how that particular tea is. All right, and once that is done brewing for a couple minutes, we'll come back and finish it off. Okay, so this is brewed for right at 3 minutes. I'll take the bags out. No, I don't reuse my tea bags. My grandmother always did that. Okay, so this is some gorgeous tea here. So all I'm going to do now is add my sweetener. So this one's going to be mine because I love this particular one. Okay, so now all we're going to do now is we're going to add in our 2 to 3 ounces of heavy cream. And it is gorgeous. Watch this. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. But past pretty is taste. It is delicious. And then optional is to add a pat of butter and just let it melt. And let me swirl that baby in. And that's grass-fed butter. Now, I didn't do this one, and I know I mentioned the coffee. This is my husband's favorite fatty latte. So we basically do a peaches and cream for him. Everything is the same. I do sneak an egg in on him periodically. He thinks that's a little odd, but he never can tell it's in there. Now this one, the flavor is stronger. I still do two tea bags, but this one, the flavor is very subtle, but it's delicious. But it does not hide the egg very well, the jasmine green tea by Numi. And I will put that link below. This is a lovely tea. No, it's not carnivore. Now, for those who've made it this long and they're doing strict carnivore, or you're at the beginning of your carnivore journey, your first 6 weeks, triple B and E, you can still do this. But for those who are doing strict carnivore and already off of coffee or they don't drink coffee, you can take boiling water, put it in your blender or your immersion blender. I'll put a link for that down below too. And put your egg in, buzz it up. Once your egg and your collagen are all buzzed up in there, then you just add your cream and a pat of butter. You don't have to do all 3 of those sources of fat. You could do 1, you could do 2, you could do all 3. This one has 2. The hot chocolate one had all 3, but chocolate hides everything. And don't you want to feed your child's brain all that good fat? Yes, you do. Trust me, you do. All right, so I'm actually going to have a taste of this right now because this is my absolute favorite. It's so yummy. You got to let the butter melt just a little bit first. So refreshing. So refreshing. You're going to love this. Your brain's going to love it. Your hormones are going to love it. Your immune system's going to love it. Thank you for swinging into my kitchen. Thank you for watching me show you how we make a fatty latte. So bless you. Thank you for dropping in on our healing journey, and check out our other carnivore content, anti-inflammatory content healing by anti-inflammatory carnivore diet, elimination diet. There's like a thousand things we could call this, but I call it a miracle. And this tastes amazing. So give us a thumbs up if you liked our content. Please share our content. Check out a bunch of stuff below our video. We've got our website and affiliate links and a generic affiliate link down below if you want to help support our channel. But one of the best things you can do is please hit subscribe and hit share. Bless you, and we'll see you around. Hey folks, let me just let you know how you can help our channel grow. Please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, but also share our content and give us a comment below. We answer 100% of our comments. God bless y'all.